I've been battling with my secondary. It won't come off. I'll show you in a minute. But finally got to somebody on the forums on the razorforums.net, I should say, and they recommended something I've only seen somebody absolutely trash their secondary with when they've had the same problem. If you search the forums or just search Google, you'll see it. But so this is either going to be an epic win, and I'm going to save the day and finally get my secondary off, or I'm going to make a lot of damage. I hope it's not the latter. Anyway, so the recommendation was, I've tried everything. I've put WD40, PB Blaster. I've obviously taken the screw out. This primary came out without any problems, but the secondary just won't budge. So I'm going to, after all the stuff I've tried, putting the belt back on, riding it around for a while, putting the wheels back on, taking it back off, letting it cool, trying to get it off that way. The sheaves won't actually separate on the secondary. It's just kind of making a knocking noise, so I'm not sure what to do. So the last step, the absolute last thing I can think of, was to go ahead and get a slide hammer. And the idea is we might be able to pull it off with a slide hammer. So this is what we're messing with here. I've got the primary off. They came off no problem. That was no issue. I just used my regular primary pulling clutch tool, and that's it. And everyone says your secondary is just supposed to pop off. Mine spins all right and everything, but I don't know if you can get a sense of how much it's shaking, but I've got mine up on blocks here, and I just don't want to shake it too much. But I'm using all my weight, and it's not coming off. These sliders won't push down. This sheave won't move. Neither will the sheave behind it. It's just not separating. They're not moving. And I noticed this even when I put the belt back on to try and do it. Alright, so the first thing we've got to do, put these brackets on. This is the whole setup that comes. I had to run out to Sears last minute and get this. Won't be using that. That's in the way. Of course, this is the actual slide hammer itself. You're going to pull it back and pull it off and attach it on this end. So that's cool. Don't need that right now, but I do need to get in here. So we've got our small bracket. It's just got 2 clips on it. I guess the gist is we just take one of the nuts and bolts off here and put it in. So I'll assemble this and show you what it looks like in just a sec. You can see what I've done here. I've attached the thing with the 2 brackets here onto just one side, onto the slide hammer here, and I put a little thing on the attachment here, and all I've done is hooked them, those little hooks on the end, onto both sides here to see if I can use that. Now again, I've seen these break off before if you're too rough with this, so again, this is either going to be an epic win or a really funny video to show your friends, so let's see what we can do. The whole idea is not to hit it this way, but you're going to be sliding it back as far as you can. Let me see if I can move that a bit so you can get a little bit of a better view. You move it back here as far as you can. It hits this little nub right here on the end, if you can see it, and hopefully it's going to pull it off. So let's see how it goes. Alright, I said that bracket's just going to come off. Excellent. Alright, I had to make a few adjustments, obviously. I took the nut off back here, put this all the way on, put that little extender thing in. I doubt that's even what it's supposed to be used for, but at this point it's stabilizing it. Something in the middle that's kind of counteracting the force of these 2 things. So I'm hoping one more good tap here should take care of it. So let's see. Let's see it moving. Let's just put that back on there. Tighten that a little bit more as it'll go. And that's not even really on there. Well, that's all I got, so see if this will work. Aha! Again, it moved a notch. Let's do it one more time. If it cooperates with me. There you go. Holy shit! About freaking time. Let's take a look at the bar here. This is the input shaft, I believe it's called. Yeah, maybe that is a little bit of rust or something. I'm not sure. Luckily, it doesn't seem that we have any damage to the shaft at all, because that would have been yet another expensive issue. But for now, I'm satisfied that I finally got that thing off. So there you have it. You got a stuck secondary clutch. This is a this is a 2016 900 Fox edition. I've seen a variety of different types of secondaries out there, but that absolutely worked. I've seen it be completely disastrous too, and again, if you search the forums or Google it long enough, you'll see a couple of disaster shows. But slide hammer worked really easily. I was able to pull it off without much effort. So there's your solution in a nutshell.